Alright, one of the big storylines to emerge from the recent NFL draft weekend was the surprising slide of quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Now, a recent analytical piece is suggesting that Sanders' fall down the draft board highlighted a really significant gap between the NFL draft as a media spectacle and the actual reality of how NFL teams conduct their business. The article makes a distinction between what it calls the capital D draft, that's the big public spectacle driven by media coverage, mock drafts, and fan excitement, and the lowercase d draft, which is the actual process of NFL teams evaluating players and making strategic staffing decisions. Shedeur Sanders, according to this analysis, was a favorite of the capital D draft crowd. His profile as a quarterback, combined with his father Deion Sanders' significant public persona, made him a natural fit for the media spectacle. However, the article points out that the teams in the lowercase d draft saw things very differently. They repeatedly passed on him, with 143 players and 5 other quarterbacks selected before the Cleveland Browns finally drafted him in the 5th round at pick 144. The analysis is critical of how some in the media reacted to this slide. It singles out ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr., calling him an avatar of the draft spectacle side. The piece quotes Kiper's strong reaction, where he reportedly called the NFL clueless for 50 years when it comes to evaluating quarterbacks, and offered Sanders' fall as proof. The article argues that this kind of reaction was embarrassing, and that draft analysts should be humble about their predictions that don't pan out. It uses the analogy that draft analysis is like weather forecasting, and when the actual skies speak louder than forecasts, meaning the team decisions don't match the predictions, analysts shouldn't be yelling about it. The analysis also suggests that factors beyond just pure playing talent, such as the potential for dealing with constant public attention and what the article calls bloviating from Sanders' loudest advocates, might have also played a role in some teams' decisions to pass. Ultimately, the core message of the article is that the strategic needs and evaluations of the actual NFL teams will always trump the hype, storylines, and media projections of the draft spectacle. The Shedeur Sanders story, according to this analysis, served as a clear illustration of this point, reminding everyone that NFL teams make their decisions based on their own internal assessments, which can often differ significantly from public or media expectations.